I would offer any human being can be conditioned this way. But essentially, I call it the breadcrumbs of love. It's you are
Yeah.
addicted to the breadcrumbs of love, and that's my most popular blog post. That post because it resonates with people. You become addicted to the breadcrumbs of love, and the breadcrumbs become smaller and smaller and smaller, and yet we keep trying to get them, and that's a natural part of the human condition to do that because we're also naturally designed to forage for things. When we were hunter gatherers, we went out and we foraged for food, and that was intermittent because you come to the bush and there'd be no berries. Go second bush, no berries. Third bush, so many berries.
Mm.
And the excitement and that all the dopamine and all of that is released into the system. So that addictive quality, which is why gambling is regulated because we become addicted to the sporadic reward of the slot machine, is exactly the same thing. But when that is our humanity that is being played with, the destruction is heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And often when you're in that cycle, you can't see you're in it. So a lot of the work I do is just unraveling what is actually happening here. What is actually happening for the client.
That seems really helpful, because when I was in a situation like that, I couldn't really talk to anyone about it because I felt so much shame about it. Because I was like, if anybody finds out, because like a part of me knew that this treatment was not okay. But the moment I feel like I would have brought that to someone, obviously everybody would have told me, oh, just break up with that person. And it just wasn't, I was addicted. And so I love when you talk about the intermittent reinforcement. I mean, it's kind of like the lab rats, right? When you give them this, they push a button and they get a treat or something. And every time they push the button, they get the treat. That's less interesting for a rat or anybody, a human, than if they sometimes, when they push the button and sometimes something comes out and they don't know when. And that's kind of, I mean, I'm going on a different thing here now, but I remember one of the fathers AI of like who created AI, and I forgot his name. Sorry guys, if I find out, I'll write it maybe down under the video description. But he wrote a book, 10 reasons to stop using social media. But basically he's talking about how social media in and of itself is an intermittent reinforcement,
Yes.
psychological, like addictive machine.
Yes.
And it's made that way. It's not like it's accidentally that way. It's literally
No.
made to hook you to that. I posted something and sometimes it gets 200 likes and sometimes it only gets 10. And it makes you question if your post was wrong, if something you could have done differently. Like, no, it's just the gambling aspect that you just mentioned. Now, for anybody who has had this kind of, I guess, experience in personal relationships, wow, it was the most difficult pattern to break out of. And after that, I mean, you talk a little bit about after the fact that it's really difficult as well to like understand. Like for me, it was my sense of self, and I think my sense of worth was completely damaged. And it took me other relationships and other experiences where, by the way, they gave me a little bit more breadcrumbs, and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing, because I was so starved. And so it's really difficult. And I feel for everyone who has experienced this or experiencing this right now. Again, I think on social media right now, a lot of people call it like breadcrumbs. So they kind of know. I think a lot of young people also, they kind of know what that means. But it's really, really messed up. I mean, what it does to your psychology, and it goes really deep. So
Yeah,
thank you
it
for...
really does. And it's very linked with all hormones as well. It's very linked with dopamine. It's very linked with oxytocin and vasopressin, especially if touch and sex are part of the cycle as well. And it's just not, I think, breadcrumbing with regard to dating and sending texts. I think that's commonly known as a term. But it's the whole cycle that I feel, again, talking about calling, I'm on a mission to raise awareness that this is a cycle of behavior so that people can understand it. Because the target is desperately trying to get back to the beginning, that intense love bombing phase if it's a romantic relationship, where everything is perfect. You are mirrored so beautifully by the abuser that no one else has felt like this about me. We're meant to be together. It's me and you against the world. This absolute magical nature of it, which all of us long for. We all long for connection. We all long for love. We all long to be seen. We all long for that kind of feeling, that the sheer wonderful excitement of it. and we're longing to get back there, but we start to be denigrated until eventually we're accepting 1,000,000% of what that was in the beginning. But the relief of just accepting that small, tiny part, suddenly the system lets go a bit, and it's, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. They do love me. They did look at me and smile, you know, which is just the normal, you know. But the person
Yeah.
has been conditioned to accept less and less and less.